Having a morning routine is one thing, but how do you clearly transition into the weekend? I'm David Stiernholm, and in this week's episode of Done, you'll learn how to best wrap up work on Friday. But first, my client Kalin Zetterberg Data has optimized their meeting structure by designating Thursdays and alternate Fridays for internal meetings. This has resulted in a number of valuable effects. I show you how and what in a brief post on the Struktör blog that you'll find a link to in the show notes. Have a look. Having a routine for how to best start the workday to make sure your days become more like you want them to be is a good idea. Maybe you also have a similarly well thought out way to end the workday before you go home. But how do you best end the week? The moment before you go home on Friday, or simply stop working if you work from home on Fridays, is an excellent opportunity to summarize the week, close work before the weekend, and prepare for next week. You can reserve time for the closing in your calendar at the end of Friday, or set a recurring to-do item every Friday that you tackle and check off as the final task of the week if you finish work at different times on different Fridays. If you've not shaped your work week closing routine before, do this. Take a moment now to think about what would benefit you and make you feel good to do last on Friday. Could it be to review all the tasks you checked off during the week and enjoy everything you accomplished? Or could it be to do a round through the things you need to keep an eye on to make sure there's nothing more you need to fix before the weekend? This could be different systems you are responsible for operating, different places where you communicate with others, or different employees you manage, for example. Could it be to finish that last task that would feel so good to have completed before the weekend arrives? Could it be to reschedule the tasks you didn't manage to complete during the week after all? Could it be to identify the first 3 tasks you should tackle directly on Monday morning? Or could it be to look at what next week looks like and prepare yourself for the meetings and commitments you have then? Put together the steps you choose into a checklist in a document, in a notes app, or in the calendar booking for the closing. Or create a project in your to-do list app and add the steps as recurring tasks due every Friday. And then you test the work week closing routine this Friday. If something feels off, or if you think of something else to include in it, do it immediately. Because if you consciously shape your work week closing routine, you close your work week more distinctly and can disconnect from work more during the weekend than you otherwise would. You get a clear end to the work week and an equally clear start to your time off, instead of work and leisure blending together and work leaking into Saturday. I wouldn't be surprised if this also gives you a faster start on Monday morning. Do you already have a work week closing routine? What does it look like? If you'd like to tell me, I would be happy because I collect details about Struktör. You can reach me at david@stiernholm.com as usual. Thank you for today and see you again next week.